with a shifting market, there's always changes that come up, especially when it comes to what brokerage you're going to work with. The transaction 100% brokerage model seems to be a great decision when the market is tough. But I'm going to tell you right now, my number 5 reason will absolutely let you know that moving to a transaction or 100% brokerage model could be the death of your business. What's up, guys? Coach Kane, Real Estate Agent Playbook here. Super excited to bring you another episode. And this one comes at a very important time when a lot of people are making decisions on what brokerage they can work for. And at the end of the day, brokerages are only a company you work for. You as the agent need to change your business if you want your business to change. So as always, like, comment, subscribe, but let's dive into this all important topic. So the truth is that in the time of, tightening and maybe prices are coming down a little bit, and there's always, that commission conversation, which we don't have to go into, the transaction brokerage model should be thriving at this time because agents are trying to spend less money, but they are really struggling. And the reason why is that transaction brokerage models are built on exactly that, transactions. And so as we've seen a 30 to 40% transaction decrease in most real estate markets across the country, when you take that away and that's their main source of income, that means that their income and their operation expenses and all of that is affected with a 30 to 40% decrease in transactions. Even if it's $250 or $500, you multiply that by the number of less transactions we're seeing in the market, and there's no way that those budgets look good at all. And so as we kind of dive into this more, the reason that the other models are, probably going to survive this shift, not everyone will, but they're based on volume. And since we've had such a huge increase, if you have a split or a cap with a split, right? So you have a split and you pay 80-20 to a certain amount. At EXP, it's $16,000. So if you get to that point where you're capped, then it's a whole different story. But the EXP and the brokerage is still recouping their money based on the volume and based on the percentage of the commission. So they may have less transactions happening, but for instance, myself, I'm going to do probably 10 to 15 less transactions this year than last, but my gross commission is going to be higher. And so as you can see, that volume with the increased prices will help save and stabilize some of those other brokerages. And so let's talk about the lack of profit or the lack of income. Once that happens, things pull back, right? So you have to cut expenses here, whether that's cutting marketing employees, whether that's cutting programs, whether that's cutting something. If you have less income, you have to cut something. And so no matter what that is, that takes away some of the luster of what these transaction shops are offering. And regardless, transaction shops, 100% shops typically don't offer a ton of support. There's still staff, there's still facilities, there's still technology that some of them offer, and we're gonna have to pull back. And pulling back at this stage of the game is the last thing you wanna do as a real estate agent, because those that pour into their business and make the right decisions and be frugal and smart with your finances, but those that go head on and really dive into this and really work and invest into their business will get the money back. And so the fact that these brokerage models, they all offer something here and something there, those transaction shops are having such a hard hit to the number of transactions are going to have to change something. And that could be a huge issue for your business. So since this is all about sheer volume and the transactions, it makes the relationship a transactional relationship. And if you take that a step back and talk about your real estate business, we've been told from day one, every single guru talks about making your business relational versus transactional. Once you make it transactional, it's harder to duplicate. It's harder to, build that sphere and continue to serve. If all you care about is getting this transaction done, you don't care about the relationship, then that is an effect on your business as a real estate agent. So why is it any different at the brokerage level? All they're gonna care about, because they have to survive, not because they're terrible people, not because it's a terrible model, but to survive, they have to get you to close transactions. They don't care if it's for $1 million or $2 million or whatever, it's just about that transaction, and that's the bottom line. And we all know that you have to be relational to be successful and long-term success in this business. And let me preface this by, I did work at a transaction model, and they do okay, and it's gonna be okay, and they have so many agents that they'll probably be just fine, and it's not everybody, but I'm just talking about this as a whole. And so as naturally, because it's cheaper to hang your license at a brokerage, it gravitates, pulls in a lot of the part-time agents, and part-time agents are really going to struggle in this model because there's just lack of business, right? And the part-time agents are some that just want to be part-time agents. They have it so they can help their friends and family. That's fine. But there's a lot of part-time agents that are trying to make this a career and make it full-time and give it a chance. But the truth is, if you're at one of these transaction shops and you're pulling back and there's less transactions and there's less money to go around, there's less support staff, there's less, reasons to hang your license there, those part-time agents are going to be left out in the cold because they do less transactions. So that's something that is super important. And as a part-time agent, if you're happy being a part-time agent, you can do what you need to do. But if you're trying to make that next leap, this is absolutely the worst thing you can do for your business. And so now you've made it to number 5, and I'm so glad you did. Number 5 is you get what you pay for, and you get what you pay for across the board. This is something we talked about with the iBuyers that, us as agents have really taken care of. You get what you pay for. And so if you're just at this brokerage because, hey, it's cheap and hey, it's okay, I can do this, because I can afford it, you're getting what you pay for. And the chance to build your business and grow it is based solely on you. And in real estate, it's always on you, but the brokerage that offers the training, that's able to stabilize, that's able to be consistent with your support staff and all of that, is something that's super critical. And if your support staff's always moving from office to office and you're always, changing things and different systems, and now there's, all kinds of stuff going on here because they're trying to cut costs in other ways, agents know that the support is super important and you get what you pay for. So unfortunately, if you're just going and hanging your license at a cheaper brokerage because, hey, it's what you can afford and, you're not making a ton of money, you may never make it to that next echelon. You may never make it out of the 2-year real estate agent room, no matter if you're in it for 5 to 10 years. So if you're interested in talking about this more and asking questions about it, because absolutely there are great models, out there, and there are, different financial situations for companies, I'd be happy to talk to you about it. Obviously, if you're interested in partnering with myself or the Wolfpack at eXp Realty, we offer a plethora of things, and I especially am pouring into my group right now and making sure that we get through this winter in the real estate market, the shift or whatever you want to call it. I think the more we put in now and the more foundations we lay, the better we're going to be off in the future. So thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great day. Jeremy Kane, the Real Estate Agent Playbook. Please like, comment, subscribe. Bye-bye.